Welcome back to the channel. Location today, Marbella, and as promised, we're going to continually add value from an educational standpoint. It's all good and well seeing the boys go out on nights out and the good life, but remember why we created this channel, to add value and give back to you guys, of course. So in today's session, I get a lot of questions asked how I built the chest I have. So we're going to break down each muscle in the chest. We're going to talk about movements to grow that part of the chest and really give you the education in terms of the execution you need to bring in order to connect effectively with that muscle group, okay? So it's going to be really in-depth, it's going to be a lot of detail, and we're training out of a great facility with great lighting, so let's get in. When training your chest, you need to understand the anatomy of the chest. So let's talk about that, let's break it down. You've got the pectoralis major, keyword being major, the biggest part, biggest muscle within your pec. Pectoralis minor, obviously the smallest, and then you've got your serratus anterior. Okay, so we're going to break down movements and talk about those certain muscles within the chest and how to obviously hit those muscles given the key exercises that we're going to include in today's video. So we're starting off with a pec fly. Now, I am injury management at the minute, so I'm not going to load this. But a key term is progressive overload, which we're going to talk about later. I can't do that today, but like I said, I'm managing an injury, which is key. But we're still going to talk about the execution and ensuring that we're getting the blood to the muscle before we're then pressing, okay? So, you've seen the set. How is it executed? What are the key teaching points, okay? So we want to talk about the concentric and the eccentric. The concentric is when you're getting the muscle short, when you're contracting. So when the pec deck is in this position, hold it and squeeze it for a split second. Really connect with the movement and get the chest short. Where I see a lot of injuries, and where I see a lot of people not performing chest exercises correctly, is when they're in the fully lengthened position. The rush out of it. When you're rushing out of that movement, you can generally tear your pec quite easily. So you want to really control it and then get another 1 second pause there. Really feel the chest stretch in the lengthened position and then contract again, keeping that eccentric portion of the movement here to 3 seconds. 1 second there, contract, 1 second there, okay? Feel it. Mind to muscle connection is what you want to be focusing on here. Not just moving a load from A to B, okay? Because then you're going to get a lot of shoulders involved, you're going to get medial delt, you're going to get tricep. You really want to focus, elevate your chest and drive forward, okay? So we talked about what muscles are involved, as we said, the pectoralis major and the pectoralis minor. So the major attaches at the clavicle, up near the collarbones and at the sternum. So the pec deck fly primarily targets the sternal or lower region of the muscle, but the upper portion of the muscle does assist in the action. The pectoralis minor, this is a thinner, flatter muscle. So it lies underneath the pec major and it provides assistance to your pec major during the pec deck fly, simply by keeping your shoulders from shrugging upwards. So that's exercise 1 done, pec deck. There are alternative exercises that can recruit the same muscle fibers as well. So you could do a seated cable fly, a clavicle fly, which is really, really good. So don't just think it's just a pec deck. There are alternative exercises, and I will give you alternative exercises for each exercise we do today. But I also want to talk about how you would set that up from a programming perspective. So typically how I would do that is 1 loading set, 1 back off set. So the loading set, as we've talked about on previous videos, is where you'll load more load for lower volume, and the back off set is less load, typically 20% for more volume, okay? And then what you want to do to build muscle is, of course, eat in a calorific surplus and apply progressive overload. The key term being progressive overload. What do we mean? Progressively overloading the weight. So let's get into exercise 2 now. So into my second favourite exercise, which is flat press. Now this is a flat machine press. Alternative exercises could be flat bench press with a barbell or a flat dumbbell press, okay? So we're using this machine because I think it's one of the best machines around. And typically how you set this up, and I will talk about this when I'm completing the exercise, your arm path. A lot of people will position their arms like this. It's the wrong position, and why is that? Because that's putting so much tension on your medial delt. All you want to do is when you're in a pressing exercise is tilt them inwards to 90 degrees, takes the pressure and the tension off the medial delt and puts it all onto the chest, okay? So another educational point in terms of flat pressing. So when flat pressing, both heads of the pec are stressed evenly, which makes this essentially and arguably the best pressing movement for overall chest development. So I would highly, highly recommend this movement. Ooh. Boom. Key teaching point. You've watched every exercise now. Look at the control of each exercise from the first rep to the final rep. The tempo doesn't change, and that should be the same for everybody completing these exercises, okay? Don't chase quantity and volume, chase quality and reps, and you will absolutely add a significant amount more tissue and connect better with your exercises. So, incline chest press. It gives it away. What are we targeting here? The upper portion of the chest, okay? So, as always, key teaching points, driving elbows across the chest to get it fully shortened. And as you'll notice in every single movement that I've completed today, when I'm in the fully lengthened position, I'm getting a 1 second pause so that I'm not jumping out of the lengthened to the shortened to prevent injuries, okay? When you're training, train smart, train safe. In terms of setting the machine up as well, you really want the handles just above your nipples, like on a flat press. You want the handles in line with your nipples. Think upper chest, handles just above, and then seat position so it aligns perfectly with the handles there. Also, when you're setting this up as well, slight arch in your back, head up, chest out, and you're gonna get a better contraction, okay? Straight and tap movement. If you look at my back now, there's a slight arch, not a massive arch, but a slight arch, which is then gonna elevate your chest even more to hit that muscle better. So with this machine as well, we've opted for the plate loaded machine. Alternative exercises for this are dumbbell, high incline dumbbell press, or alternatively a Smith machine or a barbell. So again, numerous different exercises you can hit, but these are my 3 main exercises for developing a chest. And you can see why this is a great movement for the upper portion of the chest, the flat bench of course for the whole chest, and then the isolation in terms of the pec deck is getting the blood to the muscle and generally getting you in a great position to press and complete these 2 movements perfectly. So that's the session wrapped up. 3 simple exercises. We talked about how to execute the movements, we talked about the tempo, we talked about different alternatives for the same movement. So a wide variety there that you can take a lot of education from and a lot of structure to put into your own sessions, which is helpful, I believe. So hopefully you took away quite a lot of education as well as a lot of structure from that video. And as we said, we're always going to continually add knowledge and always invest back into the channel. So there's plenty more content coming. We've got big trips planned, we've got more educational content, we've got the business expansion. So if you are interested in coaching, we have now 4 coaches on the team. So we'll put the direct link in the bio below. Make sure you book a call with the team and get to know us, because like I said, the takeover continues. But as always, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and if you've not pressed the subscribe button, get it pressed.